All right, so we finished our mix. Now it's time to master our track. Mastering is probably one of the most confusing and misunderstood parts of writing, mixing, and just finalizing your song, because a lot of people think that mastering is this magical process that's going to take place and make your song sound amazing, or it's going to fix all the errors. I hear a lot of producers go, oh, it would be good, but it just needs to be mastered right. I used to think that way too. I used to think that there was some magical thing going on in the mastering process that was separating my song from being a good song, but it's not really the case. Between mixing and mastering, mixing is the most important part by far. Mixing is like 95%, and then the master will just take it that extra 5%. But if you master your song incorrectly, you could be completely killing your song and making it so much worse. And that's something that I've done many times. So that's why my mastering process is actually really simple. When I'm working with one single song, not a collection of songs like an album or an EP, all I'm trying to do is get my song to a competitive loudness in a responsible way. So I'm not trying to kill all the transients or compress it to hell or jam it into a limiter. I'm just trying to get it to a listenable level where it doesn't sound noticeably quieter or noticeably louder, while still retaining dynamics and transients and all those sorts of things that make your song exciting to listen to. So let's get right into it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save as. I'm just going to title that V3 so I don't mess up my mix. I can always go back to it. And then the first step of the process I like to do is a little bit of EQ. So I'm going to put an EQ 8 on my master, and I'm just going to listen and just try to boost areas to give it some more color. Typically I'm boosting the low end and the high end, maybe a portion of the mids. But let's listen, and I'll just be playing around with this EQ until I get something I like. Let's listen to the drop. Okay, so I like the way it sounds more with the EQ on than the EQ off. I think it sounds a little bit brighter, a little bit more open, and it's a minor improvement, but that's what I'm aiming for, is a bunch of minor improvements.